Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Chelsea. I'm an intuitive wellness coach, and I love teaching people more about the energetics around their health. We've done quite a few videos already on some of the more spiritual aspects, and I wanted to bring in some of the more functional medicine / energetic lens on the more physical things. As you'll see, the physical blends with the energetic, so my lens is always from a multitude of different angles. And I want to address a particular question today. So I reached out to you on Instagram and asked you if you had any particular questions relating to your health as it regards to the more physical / energetic aspects of these things. And so one of those questions was parasites. So more on parasites from an energetic lens. And so what I actually did was I kind of thought about that, and I go into what I call discernment mode of checking what the truth is, the ultimate truth for what I can understand about that. So my intuition works this way where I ask, okay, parasites, what is it that we need to know? Is there an emotion, or is there a spiritual element or a physical element? And then I ask further questions on that. And I feel in my body a yes or a no feeling. And that's how I can discern whether something is in alignment with truth or whether it's not. That's what I do with clients as well. So I'm personally checking for what their truth is about how that relates to themselves. But in general, with parasites, something that I really didn't expect was when I looked at the more emotional or energetic themes around this, I actually got the word despair. So let me back that up. I've learned from Tracy L. Clark and the body regeneration method that she teaches, which is the main modality that I use for energy. I've learned that parasites are people, places, and things. So it can be anything that is basically like a drain to your energy. So parasitical energy, people, places, or things. So when I was tuning in more about, okay, actual parasites in the body, what could be an anchor holding that in from an emotional or energetic perspective? Despair came up. And so I actually had to look up the definition because I thought, okay, that's interesting. It hasn't really come up that way before. And so when I looked it up, it's despair, loss or absence of hope. And I was thinking of that, loss or absence of hope. So hopelessness is similar, right? And I was thinking about when you go into more of a victim mindset, because you've lost the hope of the empowerment. So you're trying to gain power in a different way from a disempowered place. And what I was thinking with that is when you're in more of that victim mindset, your energy field contracts. It goes weak. It's susceptible. And so that's where parasitical energies can actually be very happy because it's like they're feeding off of that. It's like almost like an open invitation, if you will. Oh, there's hopelessness here? Great. I can attach to that. It's a weakness. So it's interesting that parasites as a whole, when I tuned in, are related to that despair. So if you feel like you have parasites, either people, places, or things, but I'm going to focus mostly on the body and the energetics of that, I want you to really tune in. Where may there be a lack of hope? Where in your life is there a lack of hope, or are you projecting that there's no hope? And start from there. When you have that intuitive insight, you can actually shift it and say, okay, I'm going to take that power back. I'm going to infuse hope. Actually, when I say that, it's not resonating, which means that we need a different tool or way to approach this for you. So once you identify that with the despair, can you take that a step further? Yes. Going into the stories. Okay, going into the stories of where you heard that. Where did that come into your field as a thought or an idea? And it's likely not yours. Okay, that's the important piece. Becoming aware of where in your life there may be despair or lack of hope. And then where did you hear the story? Where did that come in? Okay, that often reads as what's called an imprint. Again, that's body regeneration method. An imprint is something that has been basically not pushed in, but overlaid onto your field. It's not a program or an idea that you necessarily came in with, or that you chose to take on, I should say. But it's, let's say there's a family idea that this is how things go. This is how we relate in the world. Those kinds of things are imprints. And in my course, Body Connection Blueprint, we talk about the more, the science kind of behind that in the subconscious module 3, and how basically you're in the hypnosis state as a child. So you take on all of this information. Those are like imprints energetically. So regarding parasites, that is the main thing that's coming through on that. If you have further questions on that, I'd love to dive into that. My intuition works best with specific questions, so please feel free to drop some questions either below or on Instagram at Joyful Body Method. Until next time, I hope that you take that exercise. Where is there despair? Where did I hear that? And gain a little more insight, because that will start to loosen up the energy for you. Okay? Take care.